Friday night fights. Friday Hollywood, Florida, super middleweight action. Edison Miranda knockout in the third round over David Banks of Contender fame. And from landing in the third round. Landing in the third
row.
aisle. Third row. Fame actually. Edison Miranda 30-2 with 26 knockouts. Banks moving down to 15-4-1 with 2 knockouts.
Yeah, they had Alan Green in studio. He was actually talking a lot of crap about Miranda and also Pascal. Both of them were on this card.
And then Miranda does what he did.
Yeah, he said that they were saying that they didn't think Miranda was very excited in this fight. He was just basically going through the motions, and then all of a sudden he nailed Banks.
It was within 20 seconds of them saying,
yeah,
it wasn't, this isn't a very exciting performance.
Yeah, and they talked quite a bit about it afterwards, after him and Brian Kenny were talking about it in the studio.
All I know is that the right hand to that Edison Miranda landed.
It was loud. Wow.
The smack. Now, I don't even have that great of a TV. The smack echoed off the wall behind me.
And then Banks kind of stiffened up and fell.
Like to his right. He kind of bent off to his right and just, unfortunately, landed right between the top and second rope.
Yeah, it was like he was trying to fall back into the ropes, but the ropes were too far away.
He looked like a little girl doing a back bend.
And everybody just kind of stared at him like, are you going to fall out of the ring or are you going to get back in the ring?
He was sort of legs in the ring.
He was kind of balanced on the rope.
It was very weird.
I had never seen that before, that's for sure, where a guy just like balanced on the rope stiff. They usually either fall all the way out or they immediately get back in the ring.
Well, your upper half, your waist up is much heavier than your lower half. So physics alone dictates that you should be seeing feet in the air, slowly sliding out,
Yeah, you would think. And if
Hasim Rahman style.
Actually, if he would have fell all the way out of the ring, he would have got an extra 10 seconds to get up as well, because you get 20 seconds to get back up if you fall out of the ring.
Yeah, King Kong Bundy knocked Hulk Hogan out of the ring once, and then he had a full 20 seconds.
Unless you're messing with the ref, then you get extra time.
Are you making fun of me for not talking to the mic?
You're like getting
Why don't you scoot back and talk to him? What?
I said unless the guy that's in the ring messes with the ref, then you get extra time.
Yes. He gets right to 18, and you're like, oh, no, wait. Elizabeth was looking at me.
Miranda did pretty good here for stepping up the super middleweight, though.
Middleweight. He's got the power. He can do what he wants at super middle. He wants to get in the mix.
Everybody wants to get with Calzaghe.
He wants to get in the Calzaghe mix, and who can really blame him? There's money up there. He doesn't want Kelly Pavlik again. I don't think
so either.
I don't think he feels like getting his butt handed to him again.
They talked a little bit about that, but I don't know if that would happen again. Kelly Pavlik wants to probably end up fighting Calzaghe himself, and that's who, if he gets through Tarver, that's who he's going to get. Or not Tarver.
Calzaghe's fighting
Tarver.
Hopkins.
No, I'm talking about Pavlik. When he gets done with Taylor, if he gets through Taylor.
Oh, if Pavlik gets through Taylor, yes.
Then he'll probably have a good chance of getting that fight with Calzaghe.
With Calzaghe, yeah. Well, the winner of Calzaghe against Hopkins, which will be Calzaghe.
Yeah.
So we'll make it official, but yes. Yeah, you're right. But they're talking about this already being knockout of the year. Well, okay, we've got what? How many weeks in? 2 weeks in.
It was a nice knockout.
It was outstanding. But how many fights can we really? Okay, as of this point, yes, knockout of the year.
Well, we seen the knockout from last year, and it's just as good.
Ding-a-ling.
Yeah, and it was just as good as that.
It was. It was close.
Yeah,
it was close. And for it only being 2 weeks in, I hope knockout of the year hasn't happened yet, and I hope it's Jermaine Taylor.
I haven't deleted it off my TiVo though. My Tovo.
Your Tovo?
I haven't deleted it off my TiVo. So
that's if you set up your TiVo with your toe. On the undercard, super middleweight action, Jean Pascal wins a 10-round unanimous decision over Omar Pittman, 98-91 twice and 97-92. Pascal still undefeated, 21-0 with 14 knockouts. Pittman doesn't matter. Who cares?
Yeah, but Pittman wasn't supposed to look this good coming into this fight. Pittman came in 15-3, sliced to 15-4-1. But Pascal was supposed to handle him pretty easily, which he was doing early in the fight. And later on, Pittman just started landing those big, I think they were overhand rights that he was landing, and started tearing Pascal up throughout the later rounds, and actually dazed him a couple times, like he might actually go down. And Pascal said he was ready to fight with Miranda afterwards. They were jawing back and forth, trying to blow up that fight a little bit.
Yeah, I don't see that even being competitive.
I see some big holes. He lays that jab out there and holds it out way too long. He's quick, but there's times when he leaves it out there too long.
I was just talking to Jimmy Holmes about the importance of a jab. How too many fighters think that the jab itself is all you need to worry about. You're throwing a jab out, that's good, life's good.
Gotta get that hand back. That's
You
so
can't, it's a two-part process, kids. Get it out there, yes, it's something that the fighter, your opponent, has to deal with. It's not going to hurt them necessarily unless you're Sonny Liston, because he did use his jab as a weapon, but 9 times out of 10, your jab is out there, and that's it. It's something they have to deal with. It's not a power shot. They have to deal with it while you're throwing your real mustard punch.
Yeah.
Problem is when you send it out there and you leave it there, that like you're measuring someone for your money shot, for your big punch.
Yeah.
If you leave that arm out there, you're now saying, okay, hit my ribs, please. I'll gift wrap them for you.
Or throw an overhand right over the
Throw
top.
something, because obviously my right hand's going to be low. If my left jab's out, it would be an overhand left. It would be a left from the other guy coming at
Well,
you.
you could throw over the top of the arm too.
Well, yeah, if my arm's like this and you come up over, it's coming right at my face.
Yeah.
There's no good reason to leave your arm out there. I know it's fun on a playground to just sort of push the short kid away from you and all that, but that is not good in a world of real fighting. Friday night, Cabazon, California, middleweight action. Sergio Mora, TKO victory in the 6th round over Rito Ruvalcaba.
Yeah.
I got a rip on Sergio Mora again. I got a rip on him. I pretty much said this exact same thing last week, but it just feels so good to me.
Could have been fighting for the heavyweight or the middleweight title.
For the heavyweight championship.
Well, he could have lost that as well.
No, he would have. Could have fought.
Jermaine Taylor.
Could have fought for the middleweight championship against Jermaine Taylor, Mr. Bad Intentions, and would have lost. But could have fought for that. Would have had that money. Would have had that exposure. Would have had that experience of the grand stage. And I'm not just talking about
And
fighting
it's not
Manfredo.
guaranteed. It's not guaranteed that he would have lost because Taylor doesn't. If it's a lesser guy, Taylor doesn't work out as hard. When he fought Pavlik, he knew he was in there for a fight, and he worked
Of
a
course.
lot harder.
He went crazy the first couple rounds, and he nearly beat Pavlik.
Yeah.
Because of it. Sergio Mora gets the chance to fight for the middleweight championship of the world, and even has, he wouldn't be the favorite, but he has a much better chance than a lot of these blown up, junior medals that would have gone in there against him. And he decides he doesn't want that. And then they were talking about him possibly fighting another couple of big names. And I want to fight Rito Ruvalcaba because
And I don't even want to look good when I fight him.
no, I just want to. I'm going to spend 5 rounds doing a bunch of nothing. And then someone tells me, okay, take him out in the 6th. Okay. And he goes and takes him out in the 6th. They were talking about how possibly that it shouldn't have been stopped when it was. I saw it on YouTube. He was wobbly.
Yeah.
It was quick. I mean, he got it.
Yeah,
it's like
possibly.
someone told the ref, okay, we're stopping it in this round.
Yeah, it's possibly a little bit quick, but Sergio was still going to beat him, so it's not too damaging. I mean, you get the KO by instead of just the loss, which he probably would have ended up knocking him out later on in the fight anyways. But Mora, I don't know what's going to happen with him. I don't know who he's going to try to fight next. He's
Well, he probably should do what he's been doing and wait 9 months and then look bad when he does fight, and then wait, a year and a half, and then look bad, and then say, people were ducking me for 3 years. I don't know what the problem is. Now, I'd love to get Sergio Mora on here and give him equal time and explain. I'd love to get him on and actually give him the chance to explain why he didn't take the fight with Jermaine Taylor. That it all stems from that. It was given to him on a platter.
I'm sure he's going to say he thought he wasn't ready yet. If he thinks he's not ready yet, but you don't take on Rito Ruvalcaba or however you say this guy's name.
I'm not even going to correct you because I don't think Ruvalcaba is probably the right way to say it. That's how I'm saying it.
You try to fight someone like a Duddy or someone of that caliber that's at least a step up, that's building you to get ready for someone like Taylor. You don't just take on some guy that's basically just to hand me a win.
It doesn't make as much sense as people are making it out to be, and it makes me sad. Moving right along. Footloose and fancy free. Oh my God, Guzman sings Muppets. Lightweight action on the undercard. Vicente Escobedo wins a 10-round unanimous decision over Pascali Adorno. Escobedo is 16-1 with 11 knockouts, and Adorno moves down to 10-7-2 with 4 knockouts. Welterweight action. Danny Garcia knocks out in the second round Marlo Cortez. Garcia 3-0 with all 3 of them coming by way of knockout. Cortez 2-4-1 with 1 knockout. Still very, very early in that guy's career. Not a whole lot to say about that. Thursday night in Osaka, Japan. Hozumi Hasegawa in the bantamweight division against Simone Maludrotu. He retains his Hasegawa retains his bantamweight title. 118 to 110, 117 to 111, and 116 to 112. Hasegawa 23-2 with 7 knockouts. Maludrotu 26-2 with 9 knockouts.
Yeah, he's only lost a couple fights that are against top guys, and as you can see, he still has the skills.
Not a whole lot more going on right there. Let's move on to the updates desk. Since Nestor Garza-Romero's not with us tonight, I feel this is totally wrong.
Can I just ask
This
a
is
question
totally
real
wrong.
quick?
No, go for it. Go for it.
When did it become the norm in boxing to have a degree in linguistics to be able to pronounce people's names? Are there no more Smiths out there or Johnsons or something like that? I mean,
You're coming from a sport where, I don't know, we're Americans. So when I say foreigners, I don't mean anything negative. But I mean, come on now.
I'm just asking. It seems like fight sports in general. I mean, when's the last time you had a name that you could actually pronounce with a degree of confidence?
Well,
Correct.
we have an American. Well, it's an Italian name, 5 letters, Mollo. We talked for 6 weeks on how to actually say his name correctly. Molo.
Yeah, I heard
For 2 weeks we said Molo, and it was Malo, and someone actually asked Mike Malo at the press conference, "Is it Molo or Malo?" Italian. That means Malo then. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah, I had actually on ESPN as they were playing the commercials to build up the fight for the Diaz Morales fight that he was on, and they were saying his name wrong on the commercial.
You're saying Molo?
Yeah.
Jones. There you go.
Jones.
We got
Jones.
I'm just impressed with you guys pronouncing these names.
I'm
Tua.
impressed with Chris, not with me.
Tua. T-U-A. I have heard them say toi. Like toi. Like T-W-A. Like swa.
Like the airplane.
Yeah. Like, and updates desk, here we go. January 18th. That is tomorrow night on ESPN2. That is Friday Night Fights from Key West, Florida. Kelvin Davis taking on Eric Fields, 10 rounds, cruiserweights. Randall Bailey, the living legend, taking on Anthony Mora, 10 rounds, junior welterweights. And little side note, they're going to have Ronald Wright, Winky Wright, in the studio.
Yeah, that's the in-studio guest is usually the best part about the show. I mean, last week you obviously got the big knockout, but if the fighters aren't quite the big names that you're used to seeing on there, they always have a huge name in studio.
You know, and I want to get their phone
And they've
list.
they've kind of switched it a little bit. They're having fighters that are current fighters now in studio. In past they've had what did I say?
It's not you. Go ahead.
In the past they've had the fighters from the past, basically the Hall of Famers and stuff they've had.
Joe Frazier show up. They've had Ken Norton in the past.
Yeah, but this year they're having the current fighters. It's a little different. It gives you a
They
point
did that
of
a
view.
little bit last year. I was really amazed last season with some of the guys that they were getting, like the week before they were fighting,
Yeah.
or the week after they just won.
Yeah, well, they just did that with Alan Green. He just fought on their show.
On their show.
Yeah.
If you want your paycheck, come back and
Well, and the week before they had Roy Jones, so.
I was going to
That's a
talk
big
about
guess.
former champions. I want to wish a happy birthday out there to a guy that
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. He has Ball Bowl Punch. Happy birthday from Pete Perry as well. Happy birthday out there, Muhammad Ali.
Yes. There's a microphone to you. And no, I'm going to say it now. Rocky Marciano and George Chuvalo, they never fought. So for our buddy that does listen to the show on YouTube,
Yeah, I don't know what he was talking about. I don't know if he was trying to compare Chuvalo.
His words were, I forgot Marciano when I was talking about Chuvalo.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't understand that.
I don't understand the argument. He says I was factually inaccurate there. A couple of them I'm going to go back and check on, but I know for a fact that Marciano never fought George Chuvalo. End
Yeah.
of story. That is not even. I mean, there's 20 years between them. It simply didn't happen. And Jack Johnson never fought Mike Tyson either, by the way.
All right.
Joe
Don't talk about this.
He beat Joe Louis's ass. All right. Okay. Brownsville, Texas tomorrow night as well on Telefutura. Jesus Soto Caras is taking on Jermaine Sanders. 12 rounds welterweights. Raul El Cobrita Martinez, friend of the show, which we're going to have on next week, is taking on Alex Ali Baba.
On the 14th?
Why would you laugh at the one joke he can make about that? That's the guaranteed joke for Ali Baba.
I just wanted to be first.
I'm just saying, he's laughing at it like he could have gone in so many directions, and he chose. Okay, anyway, all right. 8 rounds flyweights. January 19th is the night we want to talk about. Of course, Roy Jones Jr. is taking on Felix Trinidad. That's in New York City, New York. The town's so nice they named it twice. HBO pay-per-view. Jones taking on Trinidad. We'll come back to this to talk about it, our picks and you know their strengths and all that. On the undercard, Andrew Galata taking on Mike Malo. We'll be talking with Mike Malo here very, very shortly after we're done with updates desk. I'm picking Malo to absolutely swamp him.
You picked him 1 round earlier than I did. We both picked him for early.
3 and 4 rounds respectively.
Yeah.
I simply don't see. You have a pick too.
I haven't picked, but I think I picked 6 or 7 or something. I picked him a little bit later.
I'm gonna tell Malo that you thought Galata could last that long against him.
I'll tell him. Wait.
In a moving bus,
Yeah.
perhaps. Roman Carmazin taking on Alex Bonema, 12 rounds, junior middleweights. Devin Alexander taking on DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley, 10 rounds, junior welterweights. Luis Colazo taking on Edvan Dos Santos, 10 rounds, welterweights. Ezra Sellers taking on Emmanuel Nwodo, 10 rounds, heavyweights. Gabe Brown is fighting Paul Marinaccio, 8 rounds, heavyweights. And Angelo Santana taking on DeAndre Johnson, 4 rounds at the lightweight division.
I don't know how many of these they're going to put on pay-per-view. Usually they don't put more than...
It'll be 5.
You think
On pay-per-view?
5?
Nah,
Usually they don't put more than 3 fights on.
I don't agree with that at all. I remember all those days of sitting at Tim's house, sitting there at your house, and thinking, my God, there's still 5 more fights.
Yeah.
There's still 4 more fights.
A while ago they used to, but recently they haven't been doing
5
it.
more fights until we get to
5 more fights. I've already sat through 2. And then the main event.
Let's play some more cards.
Yeah, I could go work a shift and come back. And they haven't even gone in the ring yet. Dusseldorf, Germany. What's funny about Dusseldorf?
I can't believe they're having a fight though.
You freaking Dusseldorf. Ruslan Shaigev, the heavyweight champion of the world, WBA style, taking on Matt Skelton, 12 rounds for Shaigev's WBA heavyweight championship of the world. I actually have Shaigev winning by TKO in the 7th round
Yeah.
for Skelton.
And I have this one going the distance actually with Shaigev winning by unanimous decision.
You're probably going to win that, actually.
Yeah, Skelton has never been knocked out, so I just figured he wouldn't be getting knocked out by Shaigev, who hasn't really proved to have that much power.
How tall is Skelton? That's one thing I don't know.
I'm not sure. He looked pretty big in the photos that I've seen, but I don't have his exact height.
Well, he looked pretty short in the photos I saw.
Camera angles.
About that short. Are you printing out?
What's that? That's 6 inches at your house, ain't it?
You're printing out fat heads on your camera, right? Oh, good God. Taras Bedenko is taking on Cesar Salif, 12 rounds heavyweights. My mom better not watch it. January 25th, Mashantucket, Connecticut. That's on CNA, the Ocho. Next day tape. Jason Estrada taking on Charles Schufert, 10 rounds heavyweights. Charles Schufert, by the way, played George Foreman in the Muhammad Ali movie.
Okay.
That matters.
I did not know that.
Manuel Perez is taking on
I had
Matt
that as a trivia question.
Remillard, 10 rounds, junior heavyweights. No one's listening anyway, we still could.
We still could. We could save the prize bag.
Evidently, Ground and Pound's sending out prize bags now too, so we can try to get one of those.
I'm gonna call in.
First prize, you gotta listen to the show. Cicero, Illinois, Tel Futura, Hugo Cazares taking on Carmine Guardia, 12 rounds featherweights. Carlos Juan Velasquez taking on the killer, TBA, 6 rounds, junior lightweights. And Juan Carlos Velasquez also fighting TBA. That guy's fighting twice in one night, 6 rounds, junior lightweights.
Yeah, I think Cazares is ranked number 2 in the Ring magazine. He's
So
ranked
is
second-
Cazares.
Cazares. He's ranked 2nd or 3rd in Ring magazine. I'm not positive. I don't know what's running.
I don't know.
He's ranked really high though.
I always love the Cicero fights. 8-count promotions and productions. They team up actually. It's a double
Well,
header.
they're promotions and productions. 'Cause
Yeah.
They have now. They actually have their own YouTube site as well, so they're putting their videos out.
They've got a really great looking YouTube site.
Yeah, because I
January 26th, Berlin. I'm gonna guess that's not Berlin, Wyoming. HBO, Alexander Povetkin taking on Fast Eddie Chambers, who is a friend of our show. I've got to go with Eddie Chambers to win that fight. Anyway,
That's
12
just-
rounds. I know it's gonna be tough. It's power versus speed and finesse. And you want how much Chris Bird did we have to watch over the years? I loved Chris Bird. Eddie Chambers is not a Chris Bird, but
No, yeah, he's not as slick at slipping the punches as what Chris Bird was.
however, Povetkin does not want to take too many straight punches from Chambers.
No, but
Chambers does have
Chambers
power.
don't want to take too many punches.
No, he doesn't want to take
Like
any
that.
punches from Povetkin. On the undercard, Sebastian Sylvester taking on Francois Basquiat. 12 rounds for Sylvester's European Middleweight Championship of the World of Europe. European Championship of the World of Europe.
That works out well.
Let's go to France and then Germany. And then we'll go to Europe. Let's take a break. We'll be right back with Mike Malo, exclusive interview. This is your Bolo Punch Boxing Hour, brought to you by George Rogie Insurance, www.hssp.ccsportsreviews.com.